Hi, my name is Lexi Jong and welcome to my channel. Today I'm very excited because I have the new CLE DE PEAU holiday collection here with me. Now I didn't purchase everything from the collection. There are quite a few lipsticks that came out. There's this one mini lipstick set which has minis of, I believe it was 6 of the most popular shades. And some of them are matte and some of them are satin, I believe. And I was very, very tempted. I don't have any CLE DE PEAU lipsticks, but I decided to pass on that. And then they do have some limited edition holiday lip colors that looked really pretty, but honestly, the lip product I was most drawn to was actually the lip glorifier that just came out. So, and I do have and love other lip glorifiers from CLE DE PEAU, so I picked that one up to try. I also picked up the highlight. This is the Luminizing Face Enhancer in Moon Shimmer. And I also picked up the eyeshadow palette. So I figure we'll go ahead and we'll do a get ready with me featuring CLE DE PEAU today. Right now on my face, I have my Surratt Perfectionist Primer and the Hourglass Veil Eye Primer. And I figure we'll go ahead and use the new CLE DE PEAU foundation as well. And I use shade I-10 in this. So I'm just shaking the bottle up a little bit. All right, so this is about just a little more than half a pump. Just gonna put some clips in my hair real quickly, make sure it stays out of my makeup. And I'm going to go in with the Coconut foundation brush actually today. So right now I'm still trying to decide which of the new foundations that I've been trying, I'm trying to rank them, and I'm having a really hard time doing it because they are all very nice, like best foundations I have used in years, in my opinion, or wherever. I originally wasn't somebody who really liked foundations because I hate the way it feels on my skin, but these newer formulations, they have been great. I thought the foundations that came out last year were really nice for the most part. These are so much better in my opinion. Now I'm having a hard time ranking them. So we'll see. I did purchase another new foundation to try. The Suku, the cream foundation that just came out, they finally put up my shade as available for order this morning. So I ordered that first thing this morning and I'm excited to try that when that arrives. But I am kind of experimenting with a different foundation, every day or every 2 days to kind of figure out where my ranking falls with all of these. And I will definitely have a video up in a few weeks, kind of going through my extended thoughts on all of the foundations I've been trying. So I still have some foundation left, but I think that's enough. So I'm just wiping it on my microfiber cloth. For concealer, I am going to take the concealer from CLE DE PEAU, and this is shade Ivory. And let me just show you a swatch. You can see it's kind of dark. So what I'm doing is I'm taking some on my finger. I'm patting this under my eyes. And then I'm going to add the Chanel Rosy Light Drops on top. I have found that really, helps kind of brighten the area a little bit, and it counteracts the warmth in this concealer since it's a little bit deep and a little bit too warm for me. Okay, so first I just want to make sure my coverage is good. And this concealer, it really just it looks a little dry to me when I first apply it. Like you see, like it looks a little dry around the eyes, but then after like a minute or two, when it's kind of set on your skin and gotten warmed up a little bit, it really melts in, which I think is really interesting. So I'm taking the Chanel Rosy Light Drops And this has become like a go-to fix-it product for me. Anytime I have a concealer or a foundation or something that is a little deep, I use this. And I also use it for its, you know, original purpose as a highlight and so forth. But I think this really works well. I mean, you can see the difference here. All right, so I think that is sufficient. And you can see how much brighter that looks, and you don't really notice the color difference there. I'm still kind of testing it out, so I still want to really play around with this concealer a bit. I do not have a lot of CLE DE PEAU products, but one of my favorite products is actually their cream blush in shade 4. I think it's called like Perfect Peach or something like that, but most of the time I just see the number listed. And I have been using this for a very long time. I really like it. And sometimes I'll apply it with my fingers, other times I'll use a brush. So today we're gonna use a brush. This is the Refer 18. And I'm just swirling a little bit in here. And I'm gonna apply this. Just add a little bit more, but I think it's just like a beautiful soft shade, and this shade is pretty universal, I think. I also think it's their best-selling shade of these cream blushes. All right, there we go. So I personally just love how natural that looks and the slight emphasis it gives to my cheekbones. I'm going to set everything today with this Givenchy Prisma Libre powder. This is just the #1. I just have the limited edition cap, and I'm just decanting a little bit here in my lid, and I'm using my finger to take up the purple, and I'm just gonna tap that under my eye to set the concealer there. And then I'm taking the Chikuhodo F01 and I'm gonna swirl all of the colors together and just do a light dusting. Before we move on to the illuminator and everything, let's go ahead and take a look at the eyeshadow quad. Well, actually, give me a second. I'm gonna open these boxes. We'll look at all the products and then we'll apply them. One of the things about these boxes here, they are wrapped in plastic and they have the nice little tear strips. I've noticed recently that a lot of the cosmetic items that are wrapped in plastic don't have the little, you know, strip to pull, and it makes it kind of challenging to open it sometimes. So this here is the box for the lip glorifier. This collection is called Enchanted Lake, and I think the packaging and the color story, I just think they're gorgeous. Last year's collection from CLE DE PEAU did not draw me in at all. I thought the packaging was pretty, but the colors were not my thing. But this is gorgeous. I mean, look, you've got the light and the dark, day and night, and I just think it's beautiful. This is the lip glorifier in number 513, Break of Dawn. And look at this packaging. It's stunning. So there are like little sparkles in here. Can you see the sparkle? There we go. And we have the traditional gold top, brush gold, and this is the lip glorifier. So you've got the Enchanted Lake collection logo here, and this is it. So let me swatch that here. This is one sheer layer, and then you build it up. It's a pinkish berry. I actually thought it was gonna be a little bit more plum, but it's definitely more pink with a slight touch of plum. Can't wait to see how this looks on the eyes. The lip glorifiers, if you followed my lip balm battles last year, you know, these ended up being my favorite tinted lip balm. They really do help, you know, nourish and repair my lips. And when I use them on a regular basis, my lips, they stay in great condition through the cold weather and everything. So I really like them. So these are dermatologist tested. They're made in Japan. They have a 24-month shelf life. And again, there's just the Enchanted Lake collection. It's so pretty. Now, this was slightly more than the regular lip glorifiers. I forget, I want to say maybe it was $5 more, but I will have pricing info down below. I ordered all of these items from the CLE DE PEAU website, and I believe some of these items are now out of stock, but I haven't seen them at any retailers yet, any department stores. So, you know, it's not gone for the season yet. It's just coming out. And then this here is the box for the highlight. And this is going to be Mood Shimmer number 101. And this is made in Japan as well. Now, one thing it does say is avoid contact with eyes. So you probably don't want to use this as an inner corner highlight unless, you know, use it at your own discretion. So here is the pouch that comes with it. Honestly, this pouch is not that nice. Like, I don't like the fabric, but we've got the Enchanted Lake collection logo here and the CLE DE PEAU logo on the other side. And, you know, it's not even sure what it is. It's really more of like just a fuzzy synthetic fabric. This is the compact for the highlight. So beautiful. All right, so I don't have any of the CLE DE PEAU highlights yet. I know the color story to this is similar to some of the other ones that they have. We have a mirror at the top. This I thought was going to be one of those little sheets of plastic, and it is a piece of plastic, but it's like that thick plastic. You know, it's not the little thin sheets that you usually find on top. So it's a little bit more substantial. And then there is a brush here that comes with it. Very, very soft brush, actually. So let's take a look at this highlight here. So we've got like this peachy shade, an ivory shade, blue and purple kind of mixed in. And this is what they look like on my finger. I'm gonna swatch this right here next to the lip glorifier. Okay, I'm gonna swatch this on my wrist as well. So here we go. All of the shades, you know, they blend together nicely. You do have a soft shimmer, and it looks pretty white on my arm, actually. And this is the eyeshadow box, and I love this. This one is my favorite box. So we'll see how it looks inside. This is called Magnificent Plumage. It's number 321. And we have a blue version of the bag. And this is the eyeshadow palette case. I think is stunning. So this is plastic on the bottom, and you do have the click opening. You have a mirror at the top, and then here are the eyeshadows. One of the things I like, I don't have any CLE DE PEAU eyeshadows, but one of the things I've always liked about their brand is that you can buy refills for the eyeshadows. And I mean, not that I'm sure these shades, you won't be able to buy refills, but you could reuse this palette. And that's one of the things I like about this brand, because they've been doing it for quite a while. So I actually don't even want to ruin that overspray, but look at that beautiful feather going from silver to gold. It's so pretty. One of the things that really attracted me about this holiday collection, so I was very attracted to the color story in this eyeshadow palette, because I feel like a lot of holiday collections have been very red and gold. Those seem to be very common shades for holiday collections in general. And I was very happy to see something cooler toned and I just really like this. I didn't get much of a swatch there, so I will do that again. I was trying not to ruin the overspray, but okay, so the first shade is going to be a shimmery champagne shade, and it's very sparkly. It actually, you know, it's probably gonna end up being better as a topper. And then all of these shades in general are very soft shades for the most part. I mean, you've got pigment to them and everything, but they're a more powdery formula, so it looks like they'll blend very easily. So we have this light blue, a light lavender, and then this berry shade. And I can't wait to play with these. So let me move you in closer and let's go ahead and play with the eyeshadows. I think I'm going to actually start off with the berry shade in the crease. And this is the Givenchy Crease 2 brush. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of this on my brush tip. Add a little bit more. And I'm just smudging it on the outer corner here as well. Okay, I just wiped off my brush. I'm just softening this a little bit. And I'm taking the Givenchy soft shader and I'm gonna go into the blue. I'll put this on the inner half. So soft. So you can see that you can really get just a very light shade for that. And then let's build this up a little bit too and see how that goes. It's a very, very soft, pale blue, very icy looking. I'm going to do the rest of the mobile lid with the lavender, same brush, but I did wipe it off. And just kind of tapping here in the middle first. I'm taking the Givenchy Pencil Pro in the Champagne Glitter shade. I'm gonna add this to the inner corner. Just sweep that under the brow. Wow, that is really pretty. I'm going to use my finger and apply some of that shade to the center. This could definitely be used as a topper shade. It's going back in with the crease too and just kind of blending that shade with the berry in the crease. I'll take the Givenchy Builder 1 and I'm going into the berry shade. I'm going to line my upper lashes. I'm taking what's left along the lower lash line, but I'm gonna mix, I think, one of the shades in there. I haven't decided yet. Okay, I wiped the brush off. I'm gonna go into the blue shade and use that for the lower lash line as well. And you can see that I have gotten some fallout here from using this as a liner. All right, I think I'm going to smudge a little bit of deep brown eyeliner along the upper lash line as well, add some mascara and my brow pencil, and then I will be back. Okay, so I used just a tiny bit of the Chanel Stilo Ombre Contour in shade 34. This is Contour Brun. I used that right along the upper lash line and then smudged it in with the brush a little bit. And I tried to stay close so you could still see the berry a little bit above it. I used the Guerlain Matte Eyes Mascara in brown and my Gucci eyebrow pencil in number 3, along with the Surratt brow pomade, which is clear. So that is what I have done so far. And then I brushed away the fallout. It moved with no issues, no smearing or anything. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlight. For the highlight, I'm taking the Chikahodu highlight brush. This is in the Z series. I'm not sure what number it is off the top of my head. Just, wow, you can see I just tapped that on there. Definitely very sparkly. So let's go ahead and some of this on. You know, it's subtle. You get that like glow to your skin where the light hits it, but it's not as, you know, sparkly actually as I was thinking it would be. Actually turned out really nicely. I'm going to add just a little bit more to some of the high points of my face. Let's see here, we'll add a little bit to my chin and a little bit right above the brows. And just tip of my nose. I really like how subtle that is. That surprised me. I knew it was going to be a subtle highlight, but so much product came on the brush that I thought for sure it would be like really sparkly, but it really just gives a very subtle glow. I'm impressed with that. I like how that turned out. Now, time for the piece I've been waiting for, the lip glorifier. So this is just a light, it's about a layer and a half. And this is a couple layers. So you can build up the pigment a little bit, but again, this is meant to be a tinted lip balm. So it's not gonna be super bright or anything like that, or super dark, but I just find the lip glorifier so comfortable on the lips, and this one feels like the other ones I have. The scent is different. This one has like, it's a berry scent, but it's not straight up berry. There's something else mixed into it, and I can't tell what it is. But I like it. So I love the lip glorifier. Actually, let's go ahead and discuss my thoughts on this whole collection. Now, I really love this holiday collection. The packaging is incredible. Even the boxes are gorgeous. You know, I don't usually keep a lot of boxes, but I might actually keep these because the artwork on them is just so pretty. The packaging is wonderful. And honestly, this lip glorifier, I love this color. It's a great addition to my collection. I love the attention to detail on the case. I love the sparkles in here. I love the fact that it's metal. This feather, you know, tying in there. I even like the scent, and you know I'm not huge on scented products for my skin, but you know, this one, it doesn't bother me, and I actually really like the scent, and it's light, so it's not overpowering, which is definitely a plus. But I love the lip glorifiers. This is a great addition. Very, very pleased that I picked this up. Moving on to the highlight, and you know, I knew this was going to be a subtle highlight because that's what Clé de Peau makeup is. Clé de Peau makeup is always very subtle and kind of leans more towards what looks natural, you know, aside from obviously bright red lipsticks and so forth. But, you know, in general, the face products, you're looking at more subtle looks. And I really like it. I love this subtle sheen that I have on here, and I really liked how, even though I picked up a lot of product, I didn't overdo it, and I think it looks gorgeous. I think anytime you have like a mix of shades here, it really helps, you know, kind of pick up different tones and different lighting. So even though the shades all kind of get mixed together, it makes it a more multi-dimensional highlight. And I think it looks gorgeous. So I am very, very pleased with this highlight. You know, these are first impressions. I'm not saying that the formulas on all of these things are the best ever or anything like that. Right now we are talking about packaging, which is to die for, and the actual shades and so forth. I think that's great. Now, for formula, I do think that there are better formulas out there. However, I think this is a very nice formula and I like it. I'm very happy that I picked this up. Now, the eyeshadow quad, it did come with some tools that I dropped when I opened it, but we have the foam tip applicators. So these two are basically the same, but this one here is just a little bit broader at the base, and then the other end is pointed. And then the other end of this applicator is a little brush. So these did come in the eyeshadow palette. And the eyeshadow palette, again, it's gorgeous. I love the packaging. The base part here is plastic, and then we have this coating up here. It's stunning. And I love the color story, and I'm so happy that CLE DE PEAU went with a different color story than everything else that I have been seeing, not even just this year, in recent years. Everything has been very gold and pink or gold and green, like gold is just, it's always there in the holidays. And I'm happy to see that they chose more of an icy wintry aspect instead of what we think of as traditional holiday shades. And yet we still have the nod to traditional holiday shades with this berry here. Now these shades, I really, I like them. We've got this champagne shade here, and this is really meant to be more of a topper or an inner corner highlight. But when you spread this out with a brush, and I just tested this on off camera. Here, let me just do it real quickly for you. Just gonna take the back of the soft shader that I didn't use before. But when you put this on with a brush, you can see it's really just going to be a topper. You're not really getting any shadows. So even though when you swatch it, you see a little bit of that champagne shade, it's really just going to be a light ethereal topper. And I think it's gorgeous. I like topper shades, to kind of change up your look a little bit. The blue and the purple shade here, they are both going to be very soft pastels. And they're more shimmery here. We might as well just swatch everything with the brush and see what the difference is with the brush. So let's just put this one here. So you can see how light they go on with the brush compared to with the hands. And here's the lavender. So, I mean, you can barely even see these swatches on here. They're just, let me just show you the berry then. So the swatches with a brush are obviously going to be super light, and this is kind of what you're getting on your eyes when you apply it with a brush. You can see you get a very soft, sheer look, and that's the Japanese style for most people. So with these shadows though, I love the inclusion of the topper, and I really like having this berry shade here because you can use this as a base to make things a little bit more pigmented, but it just applies beautifully on its own. And this is basically a matte shade, but it does have sparkle throughout. It's just a little bit of sparkle, but the actual eyeshadow itself is matte. The lavender and the light blue, they both have more shimmer. They are more of a satin finish. You can actually see that it's more of a pearlescent shade in there. When you look at the actual palette, you can see that those kind of blend in. I'm just going to go over these swatches with finger swatches so you can kind of see the difference here. And then, so you can see how much deeper they are with a finger swatch compared to using a brush. And again, they're going to be very soft on the eyes. And I personally, I like them. I think with shades like this, they're much easier to use being very soft and sheer than if they were more opaque and pigmented. The shadows themselves blend it very smoothly and effortlessly, and I like that about them. Now, as to the actual formula of the shadows, I think there are better formulas out there. The formula itself is not worth the price, in my opinion, but the overall package for me is worth it. I love the actual packaging. I love the color story. I love having them all together. So overall, I love the whole thing. I'm very happy I purchased it, and I think it's gorgeous. This was one of the holiday collections I was most excited for, just because it's so different from everything else that has come out recently. And I don't have a lot of experience with Clé de Peau makeup, but I do like it. Overall, I think this holiday look is great for fair and light skin tones. And I think if you are looking for something that's soft, subtle, more of a cooler tone look, this is great. And overall, I'm very happy with the entire look and the collection out of all the pieces that I purchased from it. So I love this holiday collection. I hope you loved it too. And before I go, I just wanted to show you one more time all of the swatches. This one here was just the concealer in shade Ivory. And we have the lip glorifier. You've got the one thin layer and it's built up here. This is the highlight shade. And then I have that repeated right here. So we've got the highlight. And then we have the 4 shades from the eyeshadow quad. This one is, you know, pretty sheer, like a topper. Then we have the soft blue, soft purple, and the berry. And these all have a little bit of shimmer in them. The berry is going to be the most matte. Just one thing to note, it appears that the shimmer in these shadows is embedded. We do have, you know, a little bit of that overspray on top, but I worked my way down on one of the sections without the overspray, and there is still sparkle. So just so you know, they will continue to have some sparkle. I didn't pick up just the overspray here. This berry one is actually, it's basically matte with just like the slightest touch of shimmer in it. I would love to know what you think about this collection. Did you like any of these items? Did you pick up anything, or are you planning to? And what about the regular Clé de Peau line? Is there anything you absolutely love or strongly dislike from that line? I am considering picking up more things in the future from this line, so I'd love to get some feedback from you if there's anything you'd like to share. That sums up everything for me today, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Stay safe and healthy, and let's not rush the holidays.